Welcome back, folks, to, Midwest Linux Gaming. I'm your host, as always, Stompin' Llama, and today we are back, as always, in Nioh 2. How you all doing? We have our choices of, well, a couple of levels, a couple of side levels, and then Mysterious and One Night Castle, which sounds like a glorious, terrible place to be. We are once again in service to Oda Nobunaga and his Frost wife, the Lady of Frost herself. We all know that, unfortunately, things do not end up going perfectly for them, if you know history or Nioh 1 at all. So, let's do some side missions before the main mission. Start with Imagawa Die Hard. It seems there are some Iwagama clan loyalists at large within Oda's domain. They may be plotting to kill Lord Nobunaga and to avenge their fallen master. Of course, we can't let that happen. Let's stop them before they cause any real trouble. It is weird seeing our merchant friend in samurai armor. That is very weird. Imagawa is the wonderful archer elephant man we killed last time. He was a rather interesting introduction to the samurai fights. With abundant greenery and water, this forest long served as a haven for all manner of wildlife. But when the horrors of war reached out, it was transformed into a place the living dare not enter. The plant life, having gradually absorbed the dark energy swelling in the forest, started to transform, and the roots and ivy grew at a rapid rate, creating an eerie landscape. Sometimes brave adventurers are drawn to the forest by rumors of spirit stones, but few of them return, their corpses serving to fertilize the forest. And I did mention this in the, I'll never get over how terrible this armor is. Just fishnets on the arms. Do get a cool little cape, though. We do get a cool little cape. Basically, the Onimusha series takes place right around the same time period. So we need to remember that. By explosions. Why did so many people die by explosion right by the shrine? That seems like a terrible thing to have go on. Ninja. Oh! Hello. Why is there so much death by explosion? So much death by explosion that has me concerned. Well, that was unfortunate. Apparently Axeman. Apparently the Axeman caused a lot of these problems, but not all. He couldn't have caused all these problems. Well, is he all? Well, he isn't all the problems we're finding over here. Ninjas! I should have known. Well, that explains death by explosions. And proximity to the shrine. Let me have a look, because there may be something I can do. Oh God, yeah, you are 100% correct. Huh. Yeah, that is not supposed to be anywhere near that dark. What the crap? Let me have a look. There may be something I can do. Oh God, yeah, you... Like, it's not supposed to be anywhere near that dark. Huh. Oh. Like, the capture isn't even that dark, so I don't even know what in the world it is doing. Is that better? Let's see. I can bring up the brightness on that end and see if that helps. Not a huge deal. That is weird, because it shouldn't be anywhere near that dark. Yeah, that's much closer to what I've been seeing. That is weird. That is wild that it was been like that. Huh. Well, that is good to know. Where are those ninjas hiding at? There they are. What are they doing way over there? There's another one. And they've got 2 rounds left. That's much better. Okay, and that guy just remains dead regardless. The one guy who talked. So he just remains dead. He's just permanently killed. Good. That does not explain him nor the ninjas. Ah, of course. Firebomb man. Oh, good. Free rifle ammo. Good. Oh, what did we, accidentally... Oh, we just found a stone. Just a normal throwing rock. And you... Okay. I mean, I'll let you commit suicide like that. I'm not going to stop you. If you've got a bomb, I'm not going to try and stop you. That's on you, not me, man. There's better ways to go out, but, you do you. I'm not going to stop you. There we go. I wonder if that will despawn these guys permanently or not. It'd be nice if it did. Really? Oh no, I was about to say we can't get up here? All those goodies are now no good, but no. They're right here. I was about to say, is that venomed claws? No, just clawed fists. That'd be a very interesting name, though. Venom Claws. We are out of ranged attacks, though. That is a minor annoyance. But there is under the bridge. Ooh, just a, well, blue Odachi. Not the worst in the world. The fact that there's this many benevolent graves, that is a bad sign. I'm not sure why I can't display his name, that character's name, but, so be it, I suppose. There's gonna be... Not you again! Of course. In case you wanted a refight. Oh no, oh no, 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 no! Controller disconnected at a bad time! Controller, why? Why did you disconnect? Oh, that was bad timing. That was exceptionally rude, game. Actually, that's not even the game's fault. That is Steam's fault. That was exceptionally rude, Steam. I am dead. And there's, like, nothing I can do about this. And now I've got insufficient divine rice. Of course. Thank you, game. Oh, great. Right, there's no way. That is not the proper way. Never mind. I have to run by those freaking ninjas anyway. Reset! So I have to run by these ninjas anyway. There's no way around it, I suppose. Well, so much for that level. I had at least an entire level. It's gone now. All because I didn't want to run back and respawn all the enemies. Now the level is gone. And that's entirely because the two stupid ninjas decided they wanted to interrupt the fight over here. Ow. Despite his weird appearances, this guy is very much a true samurai. Dual swords and spear. And bow. That is the weapons of a traditional actual samurai. And he switches between all three of them at very, very consistent pace. Now, it could be argued that this is a problem of my own making, since I'm only wearing the light armor, but even the heavy armor isn't going to be that much better defensively. Ouch! Indie combos really well. Not really much I could do there. Great, that ninja didn't die. Just far enough away to where he didn't die. He was just about to blow himself up, too. Spawn the gate already. He does have mini attacks that do leave him wide open if you're paying attention. But you're not going to get anything more than a 2-hit combo off of him on him. An elephant doesn't necessarily mean he's... I see, they made bosses immune to the sloth talismans. That's terribly annoying. Ow. Ow. No, you don't. Got him! Oh, that's how apparently how they give you the refights. Or that's how they give you a refight. Now granted, I could have summoned one of the benevolent spirits to help. Still not fun. To think they came to retrieve their master's head. Is that what you'd call true samurai loyalty, I wonder? They may be the enemy, but I can't help but be impressed by their dedication. And now that we serve Lord Nobunaga, we do well to learn from their example. Is that what you're taking away from it? I disagree with that. But oh wait, that's a fire spear. I've already have one of those. One of the holy spears. I have one of those. The burn resistance. Got like no divine rice. Could I ask you to retrieve the spear belonging to Master Dosan, my departed father-in-law? They can be an acquired taste, and not everyone can deal with the frustration that often emerges. Yoshitatsu's soldiers are currently occupying the estate, but I refuse to just sit by and let them defile such a meaningful keepsake. Upon handing over leadership of his family, Saito Dosan relocated to another castle in a remote location, deep in the mountains of Mino Province. Okay, that's just the Viper Sanctum text again. There's the Sanctum, where we fought Snake Man. And this time I'm not gonna try and, be smart about... This time I'm gonna be smart about getting a level. Saito Dosan is in another castle. We did learn, however, last Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, that mini bozos are still a thing. It's just toxic slimes are apparently just a poison version of them. Because this is where we encountered the toxic slimes, and I was like, those are just mini bozos. Correct. Those are just the poison version. Why they're their own special thing? Unknown. But they are. Impaled by a warrior. Well, there's a couple of ways around that. That is one of them. Because it's kind of hard to get impaled by an axe. Not that we don't try our hardest. We do try to impale people with our axe. It doesn't necessarily go well for all of them. Of course, there have to be a couple of archers just kind of sitting over there, taking their sweet time. I should be able to sneak up on this guy. There we go. Not nearly as brutal as the finishers from Onimusha. Those are just brutal. But it's kind of hard to do a Souls-like in a what is clearly more of an action game than anything else. That yokai hunter was not going to stand a chance. Impaled by a warrior? How'd you get one of them way out here? My god, man. Granted, I'm now out of ranged ammunition, but still. Who? What? Oh. Archer Man. It's always interesting when they go through and remix one of these old levels and are like, huh, here we go. You remember this level? Now do it weirdly. With restrictions. It's actually a great way to stretch your limited development resources. Of course, Snake Lady has to be up there. Why wouldn't she be? Man without a helmet? Bad idea. That's asking for the bow. Also, for your head to come clean off. Ow. I'm willing to bet I actually had more than enough for a level there. Try and avoid the guys on the outer levels. Really? Makes noises as his body falls to the ground. Okay, good sir. I'll have to double check that because I was fairly certain Radion was spelled with the AE. But that might have been before the absorption into AMD proper. That can always be changed. That is a relatively easy change. I'll have to adjust that one as well. I swore I spell checked that one. You know what I was saying about getting that level? That is now 2 of these sub-levels, these side quests, to where I've just thoroughly missed getting a level. I do appreciate the additional set of eyes, however. The additional eyes do catch misspellings, much more than just one standard set. I'm actually surprised that that guy didn't aggro the first time I came through here. Not... I'm assuming that was just them. Retracting the messages. Now that it has been thoroughly noticed. Sometimes that minor misspellings like that get more people up in arms. Ow. That archer. I mean, if you noticed it, I would not have minded. In fact, I prefer things to be spelled properly, especially when things like that. That's exactly what those talismans are supposed to do. Yeah, it's the fishnets on the shirt. It's really weird. It's called the Ferryman set, and yeah, I don't know what's up with them. Like, I'm not sure why that would ever have been considered fashionable. Like, in any way, shape, or form. Aside from the modern era. But we do get a fancy little, cape. So I can't object to the fancy little cape. I can't object to the fancy little cape. That man gets to die for murdering me the one time. Looks like we have to go the way of Snake Lady over there. Oh, we finally got an herbal remedy. Those are so rare. I'm so annoyed that I had to use them at one point. They are full restores, and they are so rare. So rare, and it is so very stupid how rare they are. I doubt we'll even get a full stack of them. Well, if it's Snake Lady time, then it's time for the sword. Nope, I'm dead. Get up. Snake ladies. Annoying to fight. Not the worst in the world. We fought worse in the DLCs of Nioh 1, but they are this game's version of, oh god, why? Oh, not the one-eyed Onis. Not in this. Oh, a narrow corridor as well. Go, what? He can just one-shot us with a kick. That was from full health. I'm sorry, that was from full health. Health. Yeah, that was from full health. Good God. Save ourselves a rifle round. Here we go. There we go. Are you going to want to try and come up here, good sir? I do not recommend it. This means we have to take on the Snake Lady again. No, you do not. Even when slowed down, they're still annoying. Even when slowed down, still terribly annoying. Well, not terribly annoying, but annoying nonetheless. There you go. There we go. They're just minorly annoying in enclosed areas. Beaten to death by the one-eyed Oni? Yeah, that was me too. And out of Divine Race again. Let's have a quick look at these. Anything worth keeping? That one's a maybe. Question is, what could the boss be? Yoshitatsu. Of course, we enter a dark realm. A yoki, eh? I mean, I'd expect there to be yokai of some degree. Oh, that's a gaki. Multiple gakis. Unlikely. Well, unlikely for this particular boss. Because we just got the elephant last time. So, this one, probably not. The next one, that's an Oni-Bee. Why do there have to be Oni-Bees? They're almost as bad as wheel monks. They're worse, actually, than wheel monks. Because they have hurt boxes that directly collide with them. Yeah, you missed Elephant. That was the archer man we just fought. That is their name. They're called Oni-Bees. And they're annoying because they float around. They're decently fast. Oh god. Ouch! And that has to be a ninja yoki. Gakis. And even your basic yokais, like the Gakis, can in fact be very, very terrible if they get too many on you. The thing that really makes Oni-Bees terrible is they have that hurt box right on top of them, and they inflict fire on you, just by existing. Which means they touch you, you are now on fire and taking small bits of chip damage. On the bright side, they do inflict, upon your weapon, status ailments. Which is good. Ouch. Oh. And I'm willing to... That is the spear. So that's the end of the level. Might as well fully explore what's left of the level, which shouldn't be much at all. No. Because this is where we fought and then did in fact kill Master Dosen. Well, not he himself, but basically. And a corrupted version. We've acquired, technically, Father's Spear. And maybe we'll actually get to spend that level that I've been sitting on, trying to spend. You actually did it. Well, then hand it over. It's what the Viper would have wanted, after all. As you wish, brother-in-law. Because that's the other thing, is Nobunaga technically is our brother-in-law. It is a weird thing. Dosen is our father, but also the father of his wife, which means he's our brother-in-law. Completely unacknowledged, but nevertheless. Still technically our brother-in-law. For what it's worth. That is a nice looking sword, but it's not a corruption, not a sentient weapon, not a yokai weapon. Oh, and that must be the that's the spear of that's a spear. It is a cool spear. A coin threader. Okay, so that's actually worse than the Kadama bowl I have on my head right now. Not by a lot. But lacking the sensor, that's a terrible thing. We'll lock that one in. No, because we've got some very decent gear here. Actually, we don't need the merchant robe at all. Or really the priest robe, either. Might hold on to that for retempering. Yeah, we're not gonna need the Shinto priest's gear anymore. Most definitely not. To the blacksmith. Right, she can now make new items for us. Whole bunch of things. Right, wanted to temper what piece of armor? We were looking to temper the pit vipers. Actually, the +8 defense is just better altogether. It's not the best option in the world, but it appears that's all we're going to get out of it, so we may as well equip it. Unlock that. Then go into disassembly mode. Switch over to that. Unlock you. Blacksmith. Oh. Let's, sell markup. Disassemble everything else, please. Ew. None of those are good. I'll have to do that later on my own time, because that could be a while on that one. Anyway, I suppose onto the main mission. Lord Nobunaga is eager to expand his influence to the northern reaches of Mino, a strategic stronghold where location which Dosen has a stronghold. Without a castle to give us a foothold, it'd be extremely difficult to launch any kind of meaningful attack. But Saito's just not going to sit and watch a castle being built near his turf without taking action. But don't worry, I may just have an idea. Leave it to me, Hidi. But Saito Dosen... Okay, there's... I'm pretty sure he's dead. But, something weird's going on there. Tsunomata, a place where numerous rivers that weave their way through the surrounding forests and valleys converge. An important strategic point at the borders of Owa and Mino provinces, it has long been contested. During the Warring States period, it was seized from the daimyo by the powerful Kawanami clan, and short of convincing them to simply hand it over, looks like it's next to impossible to take it back from them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead, so I'm pretty sure he would just sit by and let us do that. But also, castles do take a long time to build. You've been banished from the clan. Oh, boar man. Look at that boar. That Kodama is fishing with an acorn. Also Fishman. It looks like. He literally has fish scales on his face. September of 1566, supposedly. Some more ranged damage cannot hurt. Every percentage point counts. Seize a fort and turn it into a castle. I mean, he's not wrong. That is technically going to be faster that way, but... that's also not an entirely just easy concept. Also, yeah, rivers, water. We can't swim. Looks like yokai have taken over the fort. Or some of them have. Come on, Axeman. Don't take your sweet time. I will just shoot you in the head. Good God, he was taking like forever. Clearly, we are going to eventually be getting over there. But the question is how? Gaki? Ouch. Ow! I did not expect the rocket smash. I forgot to buy more rifle ammunition. That is gonna be a problem here eventually. There you go. There you go. Take that, Tengu. That was actually one of the better Tengu fights we've had. They can be a minor annoyance. Ow. Of course. And of course you have to be the one who's behind it all. Of course. I was wondering what this dark zone was and why there was a dark zone. And it's because of you. Big worm-like man. That's the other thing we encountered, is those things. On Wednesday. That's also the first time we've had them speak English. That's different. I hear the strumming of a stringed instrument. I don't like that sound. That is not a good sound. stringed instrument normally means. The one guys who can cause the red bloody graves to have issues. Of course there'd be snake ladies down there. I really should learn their names. They are terrible, and I don't want to deal with them if I can help it. Though what is down there is the question. There's a chest full of goodies. Of course she has to guard that. Well, that was not a particularly bad fight. A lot of yellows. Tengu? Oh. Yes, mini bozo. That was just a mini bozo. I do wonder where the Tengu came, the guy who died to the Tengu came from. That seems oddly specific. Oh, hello, good sir. Don't mind me. A visitor amulet. Not like we need one of those. Alright, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, such as? We have acquired a follower. That is new. This is new. This whole ally system. This is new. Okay, that's just an Enki over there. An Enki and a Gaki. Annoying, but not the worst set in the world. What do we got going on over here? Away we cannot go. That's good to know. No, that was not the button I wanted to hit. Of course, Rocket Man. Of course, there had to be Rocket Man at the same time. Why would there not be? Enki down. Rocket Man down. Might as well use our magic while we can. After all, it is decently powerful. And especially if they're gonna start throwing groups at us like that, that is... I won't say rude, because it's not really rude of them to do that. I heard a "you found me" in there. There was the words "you found me." I heard that. That was English. Of course, granted, this time in Japan they wouldn't know what English is, much less sounds like, but that was English. Uninterrupted, undisputable English. Where's that Kodama at? He must be up top. Of course he is. It's like there's a Kodama somewhere. He's up top. I'm having trouble how we get up there. Okay, that's... Oh god, of course it has to be one of you. I wonder, that explosion, that had to be Rocket Man up there. Hello, little guy. We've got an item for you, probably. Here, take this purple. That's normally for shortcuts. I don't like the look of them. Especially Rocket Man over there. Rocket Man over there. Rocket Man over there is now dead, so... I know I'm waffling back and forth on the exploration. It's like, go this way? Okay. Go this way? Okay. Asohaya. Yes, most definitely you do. No, there was one spot in Nioh 1 where you had allies, but it was one spot. That's definitely something they did expand on in Rise of Ronin. This whole allied system, because there's mini missions where you take on your missions with like up to 3 allies, up to 2 additional allies, and you can actually swap freely between them. It's actually quite an interesting system, what Rise of Ronin has. With the whole switching back and forth between characters. And especially considering some characters have, like, actually unique weapons. It's actually quite interesting. You don't get to experiment with it a lot, but it does play interestingly different. Kodama. Kodama. Of course, this does beg the question, why would you even want to come up here? Ah, because of him. Mostly because of him. And the fact you get to fight him one-on-one. Minorly confused. Good Saturday to you too. We are now deep into the level, which is basically we're trying to take a fort in order to expand it into a castle. Not necessarily the most straightforward set of instructions. Also, watch out for holes in the floor. Running water means you will die. I mean, it is a fort. Opened from the other side, of course. It is a yokai axe. Basically magic axe. It's basically a magic axe. It gets very, very angry when woken up from its nap, which it's constantly napping, which is what the purple bar underneath the axe is. It turns purple when it gets upset and deals more damage. Kind of, yeah. That's one of the improvements they made over Nioh 1. Both yokai weapons and purification weapons, which have their own set of just dealing more damage. Dude, don't do that. There's a Scampus over there. Do you want to anger the Scampus? I don't think anyone wants to anger a Scampus. However, there's running water over there, and I don't think it's worth I don't think it's worth going after the Scampus. Necessarily. Not while there's running water. That's another Enki over there. Over. Dark Realm? Dark Realm. Question is, who's the master of this realm? I can tell you who it isn't. It isn't that soldier. Or that soldier. Aggie. Of course it has to be that Tengu. Why would it not be the Tengu? Why would it not be the Tengu? Oh, very dark room. Another opened from the other side? Seriously? And we do get a little bit of lifesteal, but it's not a lot. Not a lot at all. Ah, there's a Kodama. Oh, there's a Scampus. The question is, how do we even approach getting to the other side? Because that just doesn't seem like a place we can get to, because that's an enclosed prison cell. Like, that is exactly an enclosed prison cell. Ah. I didn't see over here. Not that that helps. There is a ladder up, so... we do have to fight this Tengu. As annoying as it is, especially in an enclosed area like this. I did not... I thought I healed. I thought I healed off of that. When I first got hit, I hit the heal button. Insufficient divine rice again. Seriously, game? Just a quick check. Okay, the rifle might actually be useful to hold on to. Unlikely, though. Insufficient divine rice. Huh. Yeah, right. You Gaki. I don't trust you. That should have killed you. The fact that that didn't kill you is... Rocket Man. I'll take your core. And then we'll just murderize you again. Just like this soldier. Most yokai have these wonderful little, glowing crystals on them. That, denote their weaknesses. Tengu don't have that. I was attempting to dodge out of that when the game said no. I am interested to see what the boss is gonna be, though. There you go, Gaki. You never stood a chance. There you go. Murdered. Finally. They should no longer respawn. Finally, we can do some more exploring over here. I mean, there's two Gakis over here, so that's not good for them. Well, they did know how to get me with these open treasure chests. Not that there was much good over here. At least with them gone, we won't have to deal... At least with that Tengu gone, we won't have to deal with the Eki or... its ilk. Send those arrows away. We've got at least 2 levels on us, I think. Like, we're doing exceptionally well, all things considered. Another one of you. But that guy's down below. We'd have to fall down onto him. Well, clearly. Ah, there's our shortcut. Looks like Tengu Man was leading over here anyway. I kind of want to drop these levels. I kind of do. Yeah, because we can always kill them again. Like, I'm not gonna lose more levels. We've already lost 2 levels. We've already lost 2 levels already. I did not want to do that, but I could summon visitors. That was what I wanted to do. Get my jutsus up and online. Specifically... Oh, we can't get another sloth. Nor can we get another one of those online. That's disappointing. Ah, we'd have to go up this ladder anyway. She never stood a chance. Kill that Gaki, would you? Thank you. We didn't need to take on all of them. Good lord. Okay, so this guy, he was part of the Tengu then. Hmm. No. Nothing other than the pits of death. Over there. I did see a Kodama somewhere listed. Aha! I missed a Kodama. Let me guess, he's over here and I missed him. Where? Oh, I see him. Hiding behind the treasure chest. Silly Kodama. Of course, had to be another Enki. With an ally, the Enki are actually pretty simple and straightforward to kill. Most of them are. You're not wrong. That is not atypical of a lot of Japanese culture. And of course we gotta go around here in order to... What? No! Ally has left! No! Great. Ally has left. It is now just me. Which I suppose is fine. Drowned. Gawkies. Drowned. That aberrant soldier up there. That is just an Enki, but in a very enclosed environment. I do not... No, what's on me? Of course. You did. Drown, you snake. No! I knew it as soon as I saw the hill. I knew I was gonna drown. Yeah. I almost had him too. I knew it. I knew it. Get both those gakis gone. Good lord. Good lord, Snake Lady. Okay, so there's technically a way to avoid Snake Lady if we want to. Down you go. Oh, minorly annoying, but very much the mid-boss. Got many skill points. That's now drained a chunk of the level. A huge chunk. I actually have 4 magic points. That is surprisingly a lot. I mean, that wouldn't have been that useful, to be honest, but, could be worse. And that's the way that's going to lead to that Kodama. I'm going to need all the healing we can get. For all, there's no telling what's down there. A Tengu. Of course. Why would it not be a Tengu? Of course, he does more than just the one spin now. He does the spin and twirl. Why would he not be? Why would he not do that? That way's also open. So we might want to consider that as an alternative. But Tengu first. We already had that Tengu on the ropes. Tengu dead. Like I said, I may die to the Tengus once or twice, but they're not the worst thing in the world. Oh, does the Kodama not lead? Did this not lead to the Kodama? Oh, that's rude. Rude. What's rude is that Kappa's over there. Oh, thankfully, that's the second Kappa we found, and we've just been able to successfully murder him. Excellent. It is very easy to do, and getting bullied by the tutorial enemies. The tutorial is actually pretty nice and straightforward. And it's actually very extensive in what it contains. So, I do suggest getting a grasp on it. And I'm relatively well versed in these Souls-likes. I do sometimes make them look easy, but other times I will get absolutely bullied by enemies I should not get bullied by. So, the big thing with the Nioh series is to, the Kodamas, little forced spirits. In the major levels, you will want them. You will need to find them. They have a great many things to assist. Their blessings are very helpful. Ouch. Ah, Snake Lady. I really should not have taken this particular Kodama shrine yet. I knew there was one Kodama hidden prior back in this level. I knew I should have grabbed him first. Grab my goods. Magic up. There you are, Snake Lady. Standard ambush tactics. Ow. I also tend to wield heavy weapons, so that also... I mean, technically, your character isn't the main character. What in the world? That sounds like a one-eyed Oni. Wait, there's a door? Where? Door! Door wall. Fine, door wall. Door wall! Do keep an eye out for the... Oh, of course it had to be one of you! A little bit. Okay, what do you want? There's many types of yokai, like the treasure chest guy here, the doors. Keep an eye out for the bloody graves. They will provide you a lot of assistance. Where was Big Man? I saw Big Man. Ouch! I mean, your character is more adjacent to and assisting in the activities that are going on in the world more than anything else. Like, the weirdest thing, and this is probably more Japanese media than anything, the Onimusha series takes place during the same time frame, roughly, as Nioh 2 and probably 3 does. Because, you know, Oda Nobunaga. Also, a lot of stats, a lot of weird gearing. There's that Kodama I was missing. Now there should be basically no enemies between me and where we started at this next shrine. I don't see why not. I won't take offense to them. I know there's definitely improvements to be made, including several spelling mistakes that I apparently made. Those will be corrected before next stream, probably. I'm always willing to hear things out. I knew it wasn't going to be just a dead end. I do have Discord, but not a Discord. That is, I do have Discord. I don't publicly give it out for many a reason. I do have Discord, however, and it has, you know, it is useful. You know. Me and some friends we kinda hang out on it. From time to time. At least once a week. Twice a week. Several times a week, actually. Have I contemplated getting a server up? I've contemplated, but it's not anything we've been in need of. Oh! Hello, little guy. He's gonna want an item. Take this blue thing. Give me another blue thing. Ooh, a Zen split staff. Okay, there's a Kodama there, and there's a Kodama up ahead also. I'm afraid I don't give out my Discord freely. Aha! Right, Snake Lady. That was, unfortunate more than anything. I'm assuming that Kodama's above. That's a good question. What is my username on Discord? I'm gonna be honest. I've not actually checked that. Okay, from what I can tell, the username should just be, Should just be. That should just be the username. As far as I can tell, if I'm reading my Discord properly, which there's no guarantee that that's actually the case. It says that Kodama's right underneath me, so it must be right on top of here. And that's the last of them. Which realistically means get your stuff and get to the boss. There we go. Avenged. I've been avenged by the Snake Lady. It might need a capital S. I'm not going to be... I do not know for certain. Okay, that was entirely on me. What is the item that, what's the item that returns him to me? A summoner's candle. Come back to me. We're just going to see if we can't run to find the boss. There's likely still goodies, but we've gotten the hot spring. We've uncovered a whole lot of things. Rocket Man. Rocket Man with the rocket arms. I swear. That cocky. Ow. Fine. I've got... Good God. Good God. Good God. God. The letter may need to be capitalized. Not entirely sure. The first S maybe need to be the S in the name might need to be capitalized. I did put it in the chat. I did already. I've already done that. Oh, I'll drop it again if I must, but these are generally the type of things I do not... I mean, I won't take offense if you put them publicly out there, if you've got any ideas. The channel is relatively in flux, although I do like the current setup I have for streams and stream ideas. Now that Gaki's no longer on his way. That was not what I wanted to do. I'll let that Gaki die. That Enki's over there. Ah, I think we finally reached the close point where we can finally... There we go, Kappa. Now another Kappa has been defeated. Ah, another hot spring. This is the first level I've seen with 2 hot springs in it. How unusual. As far as I can tell, that should be it. Might need the capital letter, might not. It entirely depends. I'm entirely uncertain how Discord does its formatting of things. Come here, Gaki. Stop throwing your rocks. Because even in groups, even Gakis can be terribly annoying. Well, here's the boss. 4 magic skills. Purification Talismans, Yokai Realm and Dark Resistance. That's not a bad one to have. And we still have more. Oh, good lord. Faster firing is not a bad idea either. Longer durations. Alright, let us see what this boss is. These are always kind of fun. Haha. I'll have to double check. Currently I've got Discord on mute for a variety of reasons. Not seeing any direct messages. Oh, Ratman. Oh, God. Ow. He's a hedgehog rat. Ouch. Okay, the sloth talismans are in fact not particularly useful. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. Ow. Ow, what are you supposed to do about that one? Ow. Of course, you can do air cutters as well. I'm not sure what to do about you. No. Out of divine rice again? That's the type of considerations I would have to take offline when I'm not busy in the middle of a game, unfortunately. I'll definitely keep it into mind. Because there's definitely things I wish to do. But plus 9 luck. It's not even worth keeping. There we go. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. I honestly don't know what to do about his homing. Ow. Like, I do not know what to do about that. Like, I do not know what to do about his homing attacks. Like, I can't dodge through them. God damn. Oh. I'm not sure what to do about this ferret. This giant ferret. I'm not sure what to do with him. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Like, I honestly don't know what to do. Oh, come on, I was burst countering in the middle of that. Come on, game. I was burst countering. At the right time, too. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, I was burst countering that. Thank you for returning this world to normal. Like, No. Ah. Oh, great. Here we go again. Oh, really? I mean, that's the most progress we've made on this boss, so we'll have to see. I suppose just being patient is perhaps the biggest problem with him. Oh, come on. Ow. Ow. Ouch. Oh, come on. I was burst countering again. Come on, you stupid ferret. was dodging through that. Oh, come on! Oh, come. I still don't know how you're supposed to deal with that. Out. Great, now I'm down to no healing whatsoever. Hmm. Hmm. And dead. Oh. Once again, had to use the secondary healing, which I hate having to do, because we never really have them. Oh. Survived by the skin of our teeth yet again. Well, fort has been secured. Ho ho ho. Weasel has been defeated. Maybe been tamed? Purified. Friend? Friend.
木を切るなら任せろだとよ。
Wait. He's got kappas and squirrels? Those are new yokai. I've not seen those.
みんなも戻ってきたみてえだ。
何これ。
言ったろ、海よ。これが藤吉郎流。殺さずにして勝つ。無害なあやかしもいるんだ。
I mean, there is no inherent evilness to yokai.
じゃあ、砦を直しに戻ろう。一晩あれば十分だろう。
It just so happens that most of the ones we come across are trying to kill us. And lo and behold, the castle's built in a single night. Just goes to show the power of the likes of Koruko and the Kamachi. But we wouldn't have gotten your support without you. I sure lucked out pairing up with you, partner. With this new base, we can launch an attack in the Bayama Castle, the enemy stronghold. Let's go and report to Lord Nobunaga right away. Remember to give Mataza all the credit. It'll go a long way to getting him back in Lord Nobunaga's good graces. And we won't want to draw any unwanted attention from Katsui and the others. We'll be killing two birds with one stone. And we acquired our first hand cannon. Ah, that is a pretty good soul core, to be honest. And now we've unlocked it. Oh. Okay, so we will be required, unlike Nioh 1, to acquire certain magic proficiencies and ninja proficiencies in order to get the additional adepts. Okay. That makes sense. We could have at least not quite enough for 2 level ups. We will need to spend some of our hard currencies. I think that'll do it. Oh no, we need 2 more. We need another 2,000. There we go. Sometimes it gets stuck like that. Okay, we do have finally him. So we can go back to focusing on the main ones we're going to need. Which honestly is a little bit more magic. Like, being able to have more magic available is a very helpful thing. There we go, 1 more of each of those. Squirrel can, in fact, be visiting. That's funny. Well, there's the main level, which I think we'll save for next time. We have another side mission over here. A side mission over here. Oh, he's also part yokai. That explains the fishman. So I think... Let's see, we're 3 hours in. I think we'll... What's the lowest level of these? Hey, I've got a favor to ask of you. Truth is, the yokais run off with my weapon. For a shifling such as myself to have been outsmarted by yokais, it's shameful to say the least. But that thing moves fast. They can help me corner it? We have joined forces. For something that moves fast, the sloth talisman will probably be a little helpful. Oh, it's the kappa. That is fast. Ow. Ow. Of course. And I just accidentally drowned. That was not intentional. You, on the other hand, are an annoyance. Oh, he's already run. The Kappa's already run so far away. That's the first time I've gotten a counter off on the Enkis. The burst counter. I'll gladly take that. Wow, that thing did not die. course, somehow neither did I. That was awfully surprising. Archers, always a problem. That's a very, very mad Enki. Where are you going? Where are you going? Good Lord, where was he going? What was he planning on doing? Just scooting around at the speed of sound. Just what? What were you planning? Clearly you weren't planning smartly. Good Lord. Counter that Enki. Of course, the archer saw me. Not sure why I wanted to kill this Enki, but this Enki must die. I think it was more out of spite than anything else. A revenant. No, Tengu in this? Oh, good God. With an ally here that is better. I think that's also the first Tengu core we've had. I think that's the first Tengu core we've gotten. Of course. Is that your excuse as to why we just got ambushed by everything and everything, anything and everything everywhere? Because that just doesn't seem right. Oh, of course, has to be one of those. I'm tapped out on resources. Frankly, we're tapped out on resources. Now we can take him on. Multiple cores. Is he seriously suggesting that he's eaten all of these enemies? Because that seems to be what he's implying.
カッパが出てきたぞ。
You aren't even an enemy, Kappa. Seriously? Seriously? You did that just to get his attention. Oh, attention-seeking son of a gun. Attention-seeking son of a gun. Ah, thanks. There's no mistaking it. It's the one. The yokai making Kappa steal for them. That's definitely a new one. But when a strong yokai bullying a weaker one and making it do the work for them, well, it's not so different from what humans do, huh? Still, I won't let that kind of thing happen again on my turf. After all, I'm still the toughest of them all. He's not wrong, but... Oh... That is just a little funny. Not really funny, but kinda funny. I suppose we do need to consider an additional ninja skill that isn't just... what do we have? Tiger and Eagle Eyes, things we do need to consider. Like, actual things. Such as, like, well, I don't know, bombs or shurikens. Maybe a poisoning effect on enemies, but really... Status effects on are probably the best ones to grab. Meanwhile, we still can't get that one, but we now have a way of doing it. Need more shifting abilities. Still not sure where to put the magic, to be honest. There's definitely some interesting ones. Like, magic seems pretty powerful nowadays. Suppose a couple more into the fire talismans wouldn't go amiss. That one's so close. We'll hold off on the samurai one and the axe one as well. That one's got my Kodama in it. That's not a good thing. Hey, I've got a request. I want to try and forge something new, but the furnace just isn't hot enough. This calls for something out of the ordinary, and that means Magatama. Remember like the one you grabbed for me before? Well, I've heard some can be found over in Okazama. You think you can help me out? Again? If you do, I'll be able to forge even finer blades, so there'll be definitely something in it for you. Might as well do this one as well. These ones are relatively short, unless they've got Kodama in it, in which case that's when things get concerning, is when there's Kodama. Where's our Jitsus? I forgot I should really assign these. On these Jitsus. Specifically the Gallnut. There we go. Of course, instant yokai realm. Oddly enough, still have yet to come across a better axe. Like, we've had this axe for quite a while. You're the one. But you have no idea how to get to me. He literally cannot get to me. Yes, I will tease him if given the chance. Even should it cost all my ammunition. Of course, that was stupid of me. Because I was rolling into rocks. On the other hand, that was an interesting thing I was doing. Birdman. Interesting set of choices I made there. Not the smartest ones, to be honest. I was about to say which archer has seen me, but that would be that archer. And I've got no counter to him because I used up all my bullets on the on the mini boss over there, which I probably should have just meleeed. Ouch. I'm gonna go rest at the shrine because that just... Ow. I need my resources back. And not to... Of course, we're out of rifle ammunition, so... Just about out of rifle ammunition, I should say. Of course! It had to be more than just... Ow! God blast it. Of course, there had to be one more of them. There we go. Very dead. Ow. Well, that was just extremely rude of them. Oh, you're the one? It's just one of you, is it? You are actually extremely easy to kill. Tengus can be a little unfortunate, given the right time. Can be is the key term. They got Enki. One elixir for an elixir. Why not? That's just a gawky over there. I definitely hear more gawk. Oh, that's not a gawky. I was in the process. I know I hear more gakis around here. Well, that's not even a gaki. Ah, of course. Multiple skeleton warriors. Why would there not be? Huh. This guy just gave up despite seeing us. That is not a smart decision on his part. Not a smart decision at all on his part. I know I hear a gaki around here somewhere. I hear him, but I definitely don't see him. could go that way, but that seems dumb. Possibly suicidal. Well, out of spare rifle ammunition. As always. I'll just have to purchase a bunch. More than my typical 100. Of course. Why would there not be a Gaki right there? Of course, it's to be in the mines, and it has to... It's not him. It's not him. I was dodging and the game would not let me dodge. Come on. I mean, I do have purchasing ammunition, so it's not like I'm going to run out of rifle ammunition, but I'm not suicidal. Not when it comes to those things, at least. There we go. Picked up another gunpowder bomb. Good. I might need to pick up several more of those. Game. Game. Come on, really? Ugh. Come on, that was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. Fine. I will systematically take these things out, one at a time. And that's our first well, not our first toxic slime, really? I figured it would be. Got him. Good lord. Good lord, for some reason that was just more painful than it should have been. There it is, there's the Magatama. Four cores. We got a lot of soul cores out of that, to be honest. They've been dropping like flies. The sheer number of cores. I need to make sure I don't run out of room. It's beautiful. It's the first time I've ever laid eyes on such a powerful Magatama. It's sure to give the furnace quite a boost. I don't suppose I could ask you to get more? The furnace looks like it'd be able to handle even more heat. If you do, I'll be able to make even stronger metal and forge strong greater blades. Mountains of them! Well, maybe not mountains. Well, anyway, I wasn't wrong about making you better gear. Wait and see. That one's got plus 31 luck on it when in shift. That's not a bad one. Suppose some more fire damage could never go amiss. We're getting closer to there. And that one just waits tantalizingly out of view. Well, and with that, I suppose we are done for the day. We'll see everyone on Monday for some game testing. I'll need to check back into the archive and see what YouTube's done, because if YouTube's did that darkening on its end there, which was absolutely bonkers that it would do that, I might need to go back and check things. But anyway, we'll see everybody then. And